Let me dream. I think I'm up soon. My watch says it's 5 minutes short of 8 and the choir is set to start on the hour. You feeling ready? She sighs apprehensive, as they'll ever be, I suppose. I'll have to trust that the hours of practice have been enough. I'm sure they have. If I was more superstitious, I'd say it's bad luck for you to say that. Some of my fellow singers certainly would say so. I don't have their reservations, though, so I'll just say thank you. I should probably head up there and make sure the whole choir's ready. I'm stuck taking care of her the rest of the night, aren't I? Wouldn't be the first time. 3 more tarts? Don't worry, the other 2 are for breakfast tomorrow. Hey, I wasn't gonna say anything. Sure. By standard school policy, I'm assuming means the mostly unspoken rule that anyone can leave or otherwise disengage whenever they like. These singers have put an intense amount of effort into practicing for this performance, and we should do our best to give them the attention they deserve. So with no further ado, let the chorus begin. Katya still manages to stand out. And on Katya's behalf, relieved both of them have an appreciation for course performance. I wasn't sure how they'd take to it, but they seem to be enjoying just as much as any of their typical musical preferences. I'm spending as much time watching my sisters as the choir, trying to observe their reactions to every detail and movement in the songs. The moment it means much more than I'd previously realized. I bask in contentment and let it mix with the music. Several songs and several rounds of applause later, the choir finishes a melody for what seems to be the last time. Another round of applause grows, but it's cut short by Father Max turning to the audience and raising his hand in a quieting gesture. Oh, I think... Is it her turn? I think so. Father Max turns back to the choir and all of them take a step back except for Katya. The stage lights too dim except for a spotlight on Katya so that she's thrown into sharp relief. From this distance I can't make out her expression, but as far as I can tell her composure remains confident and calm. She's focused on Father Max and I presume tuning out the rest of the hall. Setting up the acoustic field. I myself struggling to take my eyes off her. She was able to understand the words of the song, but even without knowing the lyrics, I can tell it's not a simple, happy, or sad tune. The way Katya moves through the flats and the sharps, the way she pauses in between some of the words, and even the way Father Max moves his hand, tells me that this is a bittersweet song. There are pleasant melodies that take over for a few bars, only to wane into melancholy sequences that send a collective hush around the hall, but just as soon as the languid mood sets in, the upbeat notes come back. It's dynamic enough to keep me completely absorbed, Katya notwithstanding. Katya's final note fades out and the rest of the choir with it. It takes a moment for the applause to build, the audience apparently afraid to interrupt again. As everyone's clapping, the choir forms a big line and takes several deep bows, with Father Max standing to one side. Hilda leans so she can speak over the noise. It's even better than I expected. Same. Once the applause dies down, Bosworth appears behind the podium for what must be the 5th time. We'll be staffed for some time yet, and we will be playing music for those who wish to continue dancing, but otherwise I bid you all a very fine night. And to the students, I ask that you exercise restraint in your festivities. Don't forget there is class tomorrow. I know. For now, I say goodbye to you all. Enjoy the rest of your night. It was so good, Katya. It really was. It was excellent. She responds to our praise with a tired smile to be expected after half an hour of singing. Thank you, I'm happy you liked it. Happy and extremely exhausted. You definitely deserve some rest after all that. Yeah, you must be feeling the weight of everything leading up to this. I am, yes. Hope you don't mind, Eric, but I don't think I could manage any more dancing. I put on a somber tone. I'm devastated, Katya, thoroughly aggrieved. She giggles and waves me off. You'll get over it. Probably, yeah. What was your song about, by the way? It sounded so emotional. Oh, that was Father Max's pick, actually. It's the old tale of a peasant woman lost in the woods and yet happy for the respite from her worldly troubles. She shrugs. It made more sense in the 14th century, I'm sure, when the average person knew how to live off the land. For my part, I'd panic if I was lost in the forests here. Yeah. Historical context aside, it was a beautiful performance. Like, super good. Katya blushes like she's only just realizing the magnitude of our compliments. You're too kind. I'm glad all the practice we put into it was worth it. Will you be taking a break now? What, from singing? Katya shakes her head with a smile that shows how absurd the thought is to her. Never. Tomorrow it's back to my daily practice. Like it said, it gladdens me. I may be tired now, but this time tomorrow I'll have spent another hour singing just for the comfort it gives me. I understand that, as long as you're not driving yourself too hard. Don't worry, it would be unlike me to do such a thing. Happy to hear it. And how are you feeling, Beatrice? Beatrice smiles, her eyelids heavy from the food she had, satisfied and relaxed. No offense, Katya, but your song was so calming that you nearly sung me to sleep. Katya laughs, not put out in the least. None taken, it was meant to be a gentle song, so that's a compliment. Good. Well, we should probably head off soon. I have to drive this one back before she falls asleep on the spot. Why are you talking about me like I'm a 5-year-old? Because sometimes you have the sleeping habits of one. Ugh, fair. It was so good to meet you, Katya. It was my pleasure. Katya, make sure he takes care of himself, okay? You can't just ask. I will, don't worry. Remember what Father Max said on Friday, Eric? Community. Yeah. Soon, Eric. You better. How are you feeling? Rather worn out, to be honest. You did just spend several hours with my sisters, who you'd only just met, so I can see why. Yeah. Have you been enjoying yourself, though? It's a direct way of phrasing the question, but I think we're both too tired for subtlety. Katya's eye widens, however, and her eyebrows shoot up like she's caught herself making a mistake. Yes? Sorry, I didn't mean for it to come out like that. I just didn't realize that it wasn't obvious. I hope I didn't cause you too much distress. What? No, you didn't cause me any distress at all. I just wanted to check. Right, of course. Katya's voice drifts off, but now I've learned that means there's something on her mind. Is everything okay? Yes, no, yes. Sorry, I don't want to concern you. Please don't fret over me. Katya is apologizing at an accelerating rate, which is having the paradoxical effect of making me more worried. She doesn't seem to want to talk about it, though, so I try to change the subject. So what would you like to do now? No dancing last, but the night is still pretty young, all things considered. Well... Katya's looking at me, but something about her glazed-over eye tells me she's not really seeing me. Instead, she's engaged in an opaque deliberation that I can only recognize from the way she's chewing her cheek. I think I'm a bit more tired than I realized, Eric. Oh, that's okay. We can go and relax somewhere quiet, sit down on a bench outside somewhere, maybe? Her eyebrows pressed together with worry. I'd love that, I really would, but... Uh-oh. I think I need to go. I'm really sorry. No, that's fine. You know your needs. Would you like me to walk you to your room? Her face clouds even more, lips pressed together like she hates what she's about to say. I have to go. Please don't worry about me. She turns and leaves before I can get another word in. I rule out chasing after her and sink back into my seat instead. She sounded like she was about to cry at the end there, after everything. I laughed to myself bitter. It's ironic, I got so into the time we were spending together that I'd all but forgotten the possibility of this happening. As much as I was worrying about it before, it had completely slipped my mind that Katya may break down and run off. Everything was going so smoothly, so pleasantly, that I assumed it would continue to be so until the end of the night. But here I am, a fool for assuming. The guilty thought crosses my mind that at least Katya didn't seem to be upset at me. She was clearly unhappy, but not with me. Maybe that means it'll be easier to talk to her about it, too. But does she want to talk at all? I can't risk making any more assumptions. Sighing, I retrieved my phone from an inside pocket. It takes me a few minutes to get the wording right, but I managed to compose a text I think expresses how I feel. Hey, if you want to talk, I'm here. I'd like to see you again tonight if it's all right with you, but I leave it in your hands. Now all I can do is wait. Not here, though. The noise is getting to me. I take a seat at on one of the benches a short distance away, the bustle of the hall reduced to muted noise. Grateful for the layers in my suit, I cross my legs in an attempt to conserve heat against the autumn chill. Katya wants to talk, she'll say something. If she doesn't, then she doesn't. I'll have to take solace in the fact that things went well for as long as they did. Even if the night ends here, I'm not willing to call it a failure. It may not have been an unqualified success, but I'm satisfied with how most of it went. A bump at the end of a road isn't enough to ruin the whole thing. I spent 5 minutes on the bench and another 5 in another. Pairs and groups. People leave the gala hall, some walking by me without sparing glance. The situation with Katya said I am feeling more relaxed after a while in the calm of the school grounds. 9:12 when my phone goes off in my hand. Do you remember the flower garden where we watched the sunrise together? That was nearly 2 weeks ago, only the second time that we spoke when I decided to go for a walk and stumbled into her, yes? Meet me there. I'll be right there. I breathed a sigh of relief at how straightforward that turned out to be. It's the first time Katya's been up front about one of these situations, and I can't help but realize some sort of progress between us. I'm still anxious about how she's doing, though, so I get up and start to make my way to the garden as quickly as I can. The inconvenient thing about having a psychosomatic limp is that the same anxiety that's driving me forward also makes my leg uncooperative. I'm able to lumber down the path uncomfortably, retracing the steps I took the first time. Make good enough time and try to keep the growing panic in my mind at bay. It isn't obvious what state I'll find Katya in, and the thought only increases my apprehension. In the best case, I might drop in to find a melancholy but calm Katya who really just needed a moment to gather her emotions away from everyone else. In the worst case, I don't really know. I don't know Katya well enough to say. The uncertainty alone exacerbates my concern, but I can only move so fast with a leg that feels more and more like wood. I turn one corner after the next, though, as quickly as I can without running. I make it to the garden to find Katya sitting on one of the brick ledges. She looks fine. No, she doesn't. She looks like she's crying. She doesn't look like a total mess, at least, but as I approach, I realize she's got some leaves stuck to her dress and a few scratches on her shoulders and face. She must have run recklessly through some nearby brush. I can also make out that she's been crying and she's taken off her right glove, holding it in her left hand. Put plainly, she looks disheveled. I hover nearby, not sure if I should say anything. Several seconds pass. till thankfully Katya speaks up. You found me. Yeah, I did. What's up? I mentally slapped myself. I'm not sure if Katya would prefer nonchalance or vocal concern, but what's up is definitely not the best move I could have made. She snickers though, which isn't as bad as the reaction as I'd feared. Don't worry, I'm not going to blow up on you. Not tonight. I wasn't. You were. That's okay. The thing about being me is, as much as I convince myself that others are lying to me when they're not, I'm pretty good at picking up the real lies. I can always tell the difference. I just don't always have the restraint to act on that difference. I know you were worried about me blowing up on you. I can tell that's why you've been so stressed about today. It's okay. It doesn't feel okay. I don't think it was okay for me to feel that way. It's not fair to you. Maybe I've succeeded inadvertently in making you think so. But it's fair. It's what I deserve. Don't say that. Why not? I scratch my neck, searching for words that have escaped me. Katya resumes talking before I can find them. You know how I know it's fair? Because I think the same thing. I was also afraid that I'd blow up, Eric. I was afraid of it all day. I spent so long afraid of it, so much energy trying to make sure it didn't happen, that by the time your sisters left, I was all but spent. So that's why I left, more or less. It's the only thing I can do sometimes. She clenches her hands into fists, still tucked between her thighs. I just get so damn tired of fighting myself. You don't have to deal with this for more than a few hours at a time. I have to deal with this all day, every night too. I can't imagine what that's like. Not in the least, because I don't really know what this is. You can't, no. That's a blessing, believe me. Honestly, it's a miracle I haven't scared you off already. You don't need to be worried about that. Katya takes in a deep breath through her nose and lets it out through her mouth, ragged and hoarse. I do, though. I do. Why? Because, Eric, that's what I do to almost everyone else. I need to be worried about it because it's happened to me over and over again. So of course I need to be worried about scaring you off. It's the only logical way this could go. This? Yes, this. Whatever this is. This getting to know period. The ambiguous space between acquaintance, friend, or something else. Interpersonal limbo. It always ends the same. Doesn't matter who it is. It ends with them leaving. Because of course they'd leave. Obviously. What else do you do with someone so fucked up? But that's not how I think of you. I know it's not, but that isn't the point. It doesn't matter what you think. It's just the way I am. Whether or not you think so now, you'll realize it soon enough. I hate the way, every time I advance, it goes back to the scene. Oh, but it is changing each her makeup's running more and more. I wish I could help you feel different. Now she laughs and a few teardrops splash on her arms as she does. That's just it, isn't it? You try and you aren't the first to try and you aren't even the first to get this far, but everyone before you has run away from me eventually, so there's no reason to think. She gets the words out tremulously, her voice breaking between each syllable. And there's a word I haven't heard often. I can't believe that I'm worth the effort, not after all of it. Do you understand? I can't afford to believe that. I can't risk it. That's such a terrible way to live. It wasn't my first choice either. She lets out a hollow laugh, sniffling. I've been struggling to keep up with her train of thought, but I think I understood enough of it. I still don't know what's going on deep inside Katya's head, but the constant turbulence of our interactions makes a little more sense now. Katya's convinced she's going to scare me off, and the thought only scares her into yo-yoing me. From my perspective, it's counterproductive. From hers, it's self-preservation. I can't magically convince her that I'll turn out to be different. The best I can do is show her in small steps that things don't need to go the way they've gone before. Okay, how about this? Will you give me a chance for my sake? I'm a new student here. I'm in need of friends. Will you be one of mine? Katya closes her eyes, shaking her head almost imperceptibly. That would end poorly for you. I'm willing to take that risk. You wouldn't know a red flag if it hit you in the face. Do you realize that? Actually, I think I would. I just don't think painting a flag red and waving it in my face makes it a real red flag, if that makes sense. It's like with you and laws, I can tell what's genuine and what isn't. Besides, you promised my sister you'd look after me, remember? So you kinda have to now. Katya sighs, amused and exasperated by my determination. I'll try. I'll try. Thank you. I really appreciate it, really. She wipes a tear off her face and regards me. Don't say I didn't warn you. Okay, first rule, please stop talking about yourself like that. Katya rolls her eyes, a very reassuring sign given the circumstances. Yes, Mr. Eric. Second rule, don't call me Mr. Eric. Oh, you're no fun. Aren't I? I thought you enjoyed today. Just barely, Katya smiles. Yes. I did. Me too. Now it's getting pretty late on a school night. May I have the pleasure of walking you to your room, Katya? She pauses, contemplating the hedge beside me for a moment. Then she manages another faint smile. Yes, I'd like that. Okay. And we can just... Okay. Well, that was fun. And it took longer than I expected, so... It seems like a good enough length for a stream. I mean, I said I didn't really want to stream for too long. But, yeah, it was almost 50 minutes. 2 episodes.